All right, let's talk about it. Here's part 2 of the 5 things I wish I knew before I became a youth football coach. Be sure to save and bookmark this because I'm about to give you some game. Number 1, avoid temptation. In other words, as a head coach, you're going to attract a lot of women. I want to prepare you for this on the front end. You have to be careful because some of these parents, they're looking for a new dad for little Johnny. And some are just attracted to you because you are the head coach. You may be the only male influence in their son's life. Oh, that is attractive to a lot of women. I mean, you just have to be careful out here because I know coaches who have gotten caught up. But they found themselves sleeping with multiple women in their program. And they already had a wife at the house. Now, on the flip side of things, I met my wife, Miss Beast, through coaching youth football. So it can also be a great thing as well. You can meet the love of your life that way. All right, number 2, you want to build great relationships with other coaches. And you definitely want to build relationships with coaches at the level you want to be on. Last thing you want to be is an asshole. And a lot of you guys got the asshole syndrome. Yeah, I see you in my comments. Some of you throw so much shade and talk so much shit. Some of you talk so much shit that you don't realize you're burning bridges with not only me, but other coaches who have opportunities for you. Like, I'm personally connected to coaches all the way from the youth level up to the college level, D1. And I have friendships with NFL players who are now football coaches. In other words, I'm a connector. So the last thing you want to do is talk shit to me or any coach for that matter in the comments. What you're doing is ruining your coaching career before it even gets started. Number 3, you want to partner with local schools in your area, especially if you are a youth football coach. Now, if you are a high school coach, middle school coach, or college coach, it's a little different. But for you youth football coaches, you want to build relationships with the principals, the administrators, the teachers, because that only gives you leverage to reach out to kids in other schools. Now, number 4, on the flip side of this, you need to evaluate the principals and the administrators to make sure they're your friends opposed to your enemies. Like, some principals are so power hungry, they don't want anybody to intrude their space. And other principals just don't like sports or just don't like people. So they won't let you use their field for practice. They don't want you on the premises after school hours. Like, some principals are jerks, so you just got to evaluate who's on your side and who's not. If they're not on your side, to hell with them. You need to move on and find another school. Trust me, I'm telling you this based off of personal experience. There are a lot of principals and leaders out there who are narcissists, and they have their own agenda. Number 5, and a lot of you won't like this, but I don't care. You got to get comfortable with recruiting kids outside of your neighborhood. I know a lot of you coaches are purists and you don't believe in that word recruiting at the youth level. Homie, the game has changed. Unless your league has a draft, you need to build relationships with kids in your community and surrounding areas. The NIL is changing the landscape. You got Little League football players like Baby Grunk getting recruited by D1 college coaches. These kids are building their personal brands on the youth football level. I'm sorry, this is not the 90s anymore where you just recruit kids in your community. You have to get out your community and recruit talent. And listen, you don't need to look at your program just as a Little League football program. You need to look at your program as a high school prep program. When you build a reputation of having the best football program in your league, it will attract quality. It will attract successful people who want to be a part of your program. But if you treat your kids like babies or don't put yourself out there, you won't be coaching for a long time. That's on the youth level, high school level, college level, or whatever. Just because you are a youth football coach doesn't mean you don't have to compete. I'm talking about compete in recruiting. Get very comfortable with that word because it's just the new landscape of youth football. All right, coaches, I'm done. If you need a practice plan, go to my bio. I got one for you for free. You're welcome.